All right, hey guys, Jason here. Welcome back to the channel. What we're going to be talking about today is something that I've heard Robert Carter talk about many times. Also heard James Wood talk about many times. And if we've heard it in the past too, it's not like it's a new secret, but it's one that I just said, I'm just going to break down and do it. We're just going to do it. I'm going to give it a shot, see what I think, and I'm very impressed with it. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you some of the footage I have here. We're going to take it and show you around here a little bit with it. But what I've done is I've added, as they do, a little piece of reflective tape to my actual arrows. Okay, this is my judo. I've been shooting a ton out of this one. Actually, there's the glow in the dark part. You probably can't see very well with the light. It's all glowing, but glow in the dark part, and then a white one. My white actually underneath there is starting to kick up. But I have a white band on these arrows, these white reflectors. I put them in different places as I was testing stuff, but they're pretty impressive. What they are, I just bought them on Amazon. I didn't even get picky. Whoever made them. I don't know who makes that, but there it is right there. But I bought these. They were dirt cheap on Amazon for a dozen of these things. And since you're cutting them into little strips, they'll last for a very long time. But what that's going to do for us is that's going to let me find those arrows. That's the key thing. So at night with your flashlight, so you shoot, arrow goes through a deer, or even especially down here where we're on the ground a lot for hogs, come in, shoot that hog. In night, it's easier to find that arrow with that reflector on it. And we're going to show that to you. My lights just went off, as a matter of fact, right here for the night. But we'll show you as I take this arrow, and I'm going to kind of hide it in places and show you with the flashlight here in a minute to see. It makes a difference. It's a pretty dang impressive difference to see that and what it's going to do for you. So I can't say enough on how much something so simple, and I can't believe I went 30 years without really putting them on there or using them, but I think they're worth it. I think it's going to be a fantastic time. Now, I also think about all of the times that I have shot animals, and look at this, big shout out to Brian Lambright for my Arkansas Bowhunters Association jersey. I'm making a few videos in it today. I like it. He sent me this jersey. It's very nice, and giving a little support there. But how many times we shoot in that arrow, you hit that deer and he takes off. If you hit that opposite leg, you don't get a full pass through sometimes, and or the opposite shoulder, and he's going to take off. And if they fall with that arrow still in, especially when you're shooting a big old 1.5 inch wide head like I am, they don't always just pull out. They're going to stay in there. He falls over, that arrow sticking up like a flag. Having that with a glow-in-the-dark light on there, man, that is noticeable. You can see it from a distance. I'm going to show you that. But it works really good. So something to think about, little food for thought. But if you're on the fence on that or wondering about it, I think it's a great idea. You can incorporate it and make it look nice on here. You can see I got the white on the white. I put them, this one on its own over here on the side. I kind of spread them around a little bit, but if I were to do it, I think the best place to do it is like they say, right back here behind the feathers, right around here, because that's the most likely highest part of your arrow that's going to be seen. And I will probably do that as I make them in the future. But again, I was experimenting, putting them on here in different places, seeing what I do and don't like. Your mileage may vary. I just did it basically about a finger wide strip is what I did. Basically, when I took that and I laid this out there and was going to cut it, I took one of these things down, I laid it there, and I put my finger right there, and then I just kind of drew a line and cut it. Finger, cut it, and then I just had an idea, and I just ballparked it. I did not make this scientific or serious, but it works really good. You're going to see it. We'll run some footage right now and show you as I put that arrow around, and we'll hit it with the flashlight, let you see for yourself. But in my opinion, these guys know what they're doing, and they know what they're talking about, and there's a reason they've been doing this, and it works like a champ. Thought I'd share the tip with you, but it's not my tip. Like I said, you've heard Robert, you've heard James talk about these things many times. I'm just a little late to the game to get on it. Highly recommend it, though. Questions, comments, put them below. Thanks for watching. All right, let's see how this arrow, this reflective stuff does here. I just shot one off the deck. Obviously, we're having a struggle focusing. There we go. See if we can see it laying there somewhere. Oh, and I can even from here. Hang on. You can see it shining. Right there, but you can see that shine on there. Right over there. Nice. Let's see how it looks from over here if we come around from the side. You can definitely see it shine. You can see that white on there. That white is actually reflective. So you can see that. There you go. Now you can see it really good. You can see that reflective shine on there. So that's actually working pretty good. Look at that. That's very impressive. Let's just take this thing and rather than shoot it around, let's just throw it. All right. Hang on. Okay, laying flat on the ground over here. See ya. Look at that. Kind of definitely jumps right out at you. Can't complain about that. Look at that. I mean, I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. It's definitely got a glow to it. It makes it where you can see that pretty good. Right there. I am actually very impressed. Let's throw this in here. Yeah. Throw it right in there. I'm curious. See if we can see that there. That's lost in the weeds. Completely lost in weeds. Look, can we see it? We can see the arrow sticking out. Can we see the... Oh, yeah, you can. Look at that. But look at that reflector glow on that. Man, look at that sitting there. That is very impressive. I am pretty excited about that. That's pretty... I'm not going to lie. It's pretty brilliant. You know, obviously, I was kind of a little skeptical if it'd be... But look at it shining there. I mean, you can see that catches very, very well on there. And it really lights up very good. Very, very nice. Let's try somewhere else. All right, I threw it like we were looking for it in the weeds over here. Like if we just shot in the weeds. Here we are. We're looking for our arrow. Let's see if we can find it here. And bam, look at that. Again, forget the fleshing, but look at how that reflector, boom, right there. I mean, you hit that and you know that's where that arrow is. So yeah, that is pretty impressive. I'm going to definitely incorporate this. That is, look at that thing shine right there. I love it. This is just my little pocket flashlight. That is very, very impressive. Simple, effective. I like it. I cannot complain about that one bit. I mean, obviously got it, but even right there, look it. You can still see it right there when you move here. See how it still catches and glowing through there? Look at that. I mean, that is impressive. That is very, very impressive. We are super stoked about this. It's a pretty brilliant idea. Look at that. Bam, right there. I mean, as long as you can hit that reflector, it's lighting right up. And it probably is better to put it on the back of the arrow. I just already had the whites on there, so I figured I'd put the white on just to see what I thought, but that is very impressive.